All right, guys, let's go ahead and get into it. Let me pull up the chats real quick. We're gonna go ahead and continue with the head and shoulder topic. Where in Cali is the upcoming workshop? It's in Oxnard, California, bro. We'll go ahead and get into that at the end of the call. Please remind me if I forget. Let me know. Unmute, unmute, and remind me. But it's gonna be in Oxnard, California. Bet, Shiny. All right, guys. So today, we're gonna go ahead and continue with the head and shoulder topic, right? We've gone over the starting point for the last few months, and I hope you guys have that locked in, and you guys should have some really good notes on that topic. If you guys want to go back to that topic, you guys can definitely go on the YouTube. All the videos are posted on the YouTube. It may go a little late, but they'll be posted. That's for sure. That's for sure. I just uploaded two yesterday, so yeah, everything is on there. So if you ever miss a call or you ever need some extra gems on a topic that we touched on a couple weeks back, they'll be on the YouTube. All right, they'll be on the YouTube. So guys, we have to understand the trend, right? When if we can take a step back from that lower time frame and hop on the higher time frame just a bit, right? We have to understand the trend, right? Is the trend in an uptrend or in a downtrend, guys? Unmute for me. Where is this going right now?
That's going up.
That's going up, right? So this is an uptrend. I know we only have 17 people on the call, but I would love it if you guys could, unmute, right? Make the call fun. I want to ask you guys questions. That's the only way I know if you guys are understanding this, right? I know you guys are hopping on the calls and I see a lot of familiar faces. And I know for me, seeing the same thing over and over and over again helped, right? And I do understand it helps you, but we have to start answering these questions so you can start feeling more confident. It's all about confidence in the market. And I'm sure a lot of you guys understand what's supposed to happen next, but you're still shy about it, right? So let's start answering questions, whether you're right or wrong. And if you're wrong, just note that, cross it out, fix it. And if you're right, let the confidence build, right? So again, when market is in an uptrend, guys, the main thing that we need to see, right, is an inverted head and shoulder, right? Inverted head and shoulders. So this is the thing that we would need to see, guys. Inverted head and shoulder. Whether it's as clean as that or market structures dropping down, dropping down, dropping down, boom. We get that inverted head and shoulder. Does that make sense, guys? This is what we're looking for. I use your head and shoulder teaching it and successful predicting the sell to buy. Let's go, baby. On Doge. Oh, it's crazy. Well, let's go. But does this make sense, guys? When the market is in an uptrend, like when it's going higher time frame, we could see that it's doing its thing. Guys, this is what we have to look for, right? This is the pattern that we need to wait and be patient on. And trust me, like the waiting is gonna it's just gonna be a long time sometimes, right? Depending on what time frame you trade. No matter the time frame, you still have to wait for this setup to appear, whether you're trading the 1 minute, 5 minute, right? These setups can take an hour, 2 hours to make clean, right? If you're trading on the 4 hour daily, whatever the case may be, it could take a long, it could take longer for these things to happen. But we have to wait for these setups when we're in an uptrend, right? Now, when we're in a downtrend, it's the same exact thing. But when we're in a downtrend, we look for the regular head and shoulder pattern. The regular head and shoulder pattern. The regular head and shoulder pattern, guys. When we're in a downtrend and we can see the market is continuing to head down, this is the pattern we need to see, right? These are the patterns we need to see. So you guys need to lock in on these patterns, right? Ask as many questions as you need to in order for you to understand how this pattern works, right? And where are we finding these patterns, guys? Right? Where are we finding these two types of patterns? Well, when the market is starting to pull back. What's up, Shawnee? I see you raise your hand.
So I just wanted to clarify that this right here, this is the higher the higher time frame structure, this is what you find in the lower time frame to kind of let you know that it's continuing like this. Like this feeds into this.
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to
Yes.
verify, make sure. Thank you.
Yes. So perfect, right? Going on to the next topic, right? Where can I find these patterns? Right. Well, when the market is pulling back, this is where we have to pay attention. Because if the market is going to pull back, right? Just for an example, if the market was going to pull back, we have to understand the market structure. Market drops, does its thing. We get this change of character, boom, and we send it up. Does that make sense, guys? Where can I find these patterns? Well, when the market is in this area pulling back, we have to wait for this structure to appear. Now, we may look as clean as this one, or we can get some consolidation, massive drop, massive change of character, and then we're gone. Same goes for the sell ideas. When the market is in a downtrend, we need to focus on these up moves, these pullback moves right here, and focus on the structure that is being made right now. Again, I'll be honest with you guys, right? This is easier said than done. And why is that? Is because of the structure that the market makers make in order for you to overthink, right? We know we should be selling, but they're going to be giving us buy opportunities right here, right? They're going to be giving you these buy opportunities, right? So how do I explain this real quick? Let's actually change this back before I start to. So anytime we get a pullback, we get a higher high, and market does this, right? Market's going to go ahead and give you this sell idea and then pull back. But we know we're in an uptrend. We know we're in an uptrend. So when we see this right here, consolidation, we're already thinking, yo, let's go ahead and sell off this head and shoulder. And I'm not saying that it can't. I'm not saying you can't get a couple pips. But what should we be looking for in an uptrend, guys? An inverted head and shoulder or a regular head and shoulder? Which one? You tell me. Circle it. Hold on. Let me draw it and then circle it. Which one are we looking for in an uptrend, guys? Shani, yes. Edgar, I think it was Edgar. In an uptrend, we look for these ones. This will happen. It will happen. And I'm not saying you can't take these setups, but when we're continuing trend, the move that we want to focus on is this one right here. Because what if, boom, we change character? Market rejects off this zone possibly. Now, what do we have? What do we have? The next head and shoulder right here. It can possibly reject right there. Give us some pips, and then we're looking to sell. I'm not sorry, we're looking to buy and continue that trend. Does that make sense? What's up, Shani?
Yes, this would be internal structure if it's a head and shoulder and we're continuing up. If you see a regular head and shoulder, that's the internal structure, yeah?
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Yep. And again, guy, like what I'm telling you, this is where we start to develop that hard mind and be like, yo, we have to start trusting the trend and start trusting the structure, because the market structure that they're going to start giving you all kinds of stuff to start overthinking, right? And we got to stay locked in. We have to stay locked in, guys. Give me a 1 if that makes sense so far. And that drawing may not make sense right now, but watch when we get on the live chart, you're gonna be like, ah, shit, they got my ass good right there.
Yo, Vinny, you gave me a big old clicky moment, and that was I'm always pretty much looking for the setup going sideways, but not really when we're in an uptrend building nice, pretty much structure, right?
Right.
Looking for that breakout. So, man, thanks for that, bro.
Yes, sir, Brody. Yes, sir. And that's important, guys. Right? We want to let the consolidation build up. let support and resistance traders do their thing, right? I'm not hating on them. Everybody's making money, but the way levels trades, the way the head and shoulder is set up, this is what we need for them. What we need to happen. We need to break a structure to the downside. We need to break a structure to the downside and a change of character. Once we get that, we now have the head and shoulder setup that we're looking for. It's a go. So we can go ahead and start looking for our shoulder and start looking for opportunities to buy up. Right? Now, again, in order for us to find these, what can help us? What can help us, the trader? Right? Liquidity helps us. Liquidity helps us. I know Levels doesn't really talk about liquidity. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm burping so much. Levels doesn't really talk about liquidity, right? And honestly, if you focus on head and shoulders and starting points, you really don't need it as much. Like before I started learning about it, I was still smacking. But once you start understanding it and you start seeing how if you just hold off a little bit, it can start working in your favor a bit more. I would start tapping into some smart money, right? If you want to see liquidity and start understanding liquidity a bit more, tap into Mike, tap into David. Jusino, he's a Spanish educator, but he also does powerhouse calls and he breaks down liquidity really, really good. Right. So tap into those smart money educators to understand liquidity. But how can I understand liquidity to help me, the levels trader? Right. So let's go ahead and see if we can break this down. Right. So check me out, guys. And I'm going to go ahead and break this down with the line chart. That way we can go ahead and try to get into some examples. You know what I'm saying? So we don't take too much time. So stay with me. If you guys have any questions or if I lose you guys, please unmute, right? Please unmute. So as we're in an uptrend, right? We're in an uptrend. We create higher highs and higher lows. We know in order to create new highs, we need that BOS to the upside, right? We need the BOS to the upside. So let's go ahead. We'll mark up the higher high because this is exactly what this is. And you guys don't have to mark it up like this. Like you don't need to put in the higher high, right? But you do need to like see it. You need to be aware of like that's the higher high. And that's why I like to just put in right here, use smart money and levels for double confirmation like we use levels as confirmation for the harmonic space. Yes, exactly. Exactly. That's exactly what I do. So look at this, guys. This is why I like to put need BOS for buy confirmation or for buy opportunity. Right? Because I know in order for me to look for more buys and the market's letting me know it's starting to continue up in its bullish rally, that gives me confirmation, right? We have higher high. The higher low is being formed as we speak. And then as soon as we break out, we have a new high. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. So now look, guys, anytime the market starts to make some type of, touches like this, or we start to move sideways, guys, this is liquidity. Anytime we start to see things like that, guys, this is liquidity, right? But again, what just happened? Did we get this BOS to the downside? Yes. Now, as levels traders, we're waiting for this change of character to happen. We're waiting for this change of character to happen. So let's just go ahead and put BOS. And then we'll just put need change of character for right now. So now, as soon as we get this breakout, notice, guys, we don't have anything that looks like a head and shoulder right now. Do we have anything that looks like a head and shoulder? Anything. What time frame would you recommend for to buy, sell, looking for the BOSs? It just depends on what style of trader you are, bro. Are you a scalper? Are you intraday? Are you a swinger? Most people are, I mean, when they first come in, I mean, everybody's a scalper, to be honest. So, what are you? You can do this on any time frame. You just have to understand where you are at all times in the market, right? We do not have a head and shoulder at the moment. Now, as soon as we change character, guys, that's when we have a head and shoulder. So look, as soon as market breaks and closes above this need a change of character, boom, we have a head and shoulder. We have it. So let's go ahead and just update. Change of character.
Is that inverse head and shoulders, brother, or not?
Yes, sir. This is an inverted head and shoulders.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So now look, we have the inverted head and shoulders, guys, right? Let's go ahead and mark that up. This is my setup right here. This is my setup right here. I know my stop loss is at that low, right? I know my stop loss is at that low. But let's just say, you know what? Market actually broke and closed above. So we got this BOS too. So this gives us double confirmation. Where the upside down homie? Where my homie at? Where is the homie at? This is the homie. Look at this, guys, right here. Boom. When I marked up USD JPY, I feel like I got stuck on the situation like your example right now. I took sales, so am I seeing it wrong? I was actually gonna touch on that after the call. But we can go ahead and take a look at it if you want to go ahead and send it inside the the Zoom chat if you want. If you want. If not, I can go ahead and take a look at it with you after. That's what I was going to do. So
Okay.
So look at this, guys. When you see consolidation market moving sideways and we get a breakout to the downside, we can't do nothing. We're not looking for no type of buys until we change character, right? Until we change character here. So boom, we get that. We get the BOS. Now we have something that looks like the head and shoulder, right? The shoulder, the area where I have my BOS and the liquidity sweep for the smart money traders, right? That's my shoulder, guys. This is my shoulder. So I know a lot of smart money traders, they'll usually put, dollar signs for liquidity. And that's exactly what that is. Consolidation is liquidity. And then what happens is once they get that liquidity sweep, they put the X's. Guys, when you see Mike Navarrete, and you see the setups that look like this, or any smart money trader where they have lines with the X's, and you can see the head and shoulder, guys, it's the head and shoulder pattern. Find the setup, and anywhere they have their X line, that's your shoulder, right? That's the shoulder. So we'll go ahead and change that back to the BOS / left shoulder. Now look at this, guys. This is now my higher low. So right now I have higher high, higher low, higher high. Give me a 5 if that makes sense. Now look at this, guys. This is the thing that we have to start to recognize. When we're in an uptrending market, as the market's moving down, right? Once market makes that reversal and starts to head back down to my buy zone, we need to see some type of double top, right? We need to see some type of double tops, right? Some type of trend line traders, some type of consolidation traders. This helps us understand liquidity a bit more, right? When you can see some liquidity when we can see double tops, guys, right? We see a double top. Awesome. Right? We know we have liquidity right here to the upside. Double top is liquidity. Makes sense, guys? Now, when we can see some market that moves sideways, and it's like, oh, snap. Well, it's not like moving sideways 100%, but it's moving downwards, kind of like this. Right? And now the liquidity kind of looks like this. You guys ever see market structure where it's not totally sideways, but it's kind of slanted a little bit? That's also liquidity. That's trend line liquidity. People are trading off of this trend line to the downside. They're hoping they can continue to ride this all the way down on this trend line. That's what they're hoping. Trend line, trend line, trend line, trend line, trend line, right? Those are the trend line traders. Downside liquidity. Yes, exactly. Right? This helps us identify that there is more incentive to push up once the market gets right here. Right? So when the market is in an uptrend, we need to see the market create liquidity on the way down to my buy zone. Give me a 2 if this makes sense. So if we're looking to buy here, guys, right? Well, if we can see a lot of liquidity being built up, this gives us more incentive to buy. We're like, okay, well, market's already bullish, right? Market's been bullish for the past month. You know, it's creating liquidity as it rounds off. Let me see. Right, as it rounds off here, we can see it's starting to build liquidity. Right, as soon as it starts to round off, it's building liquidity on the way back down. This gives us the comfortability to be like, you know what, this is a good trade. This is going to be a pretty decent trade based off of the information that I have. Right now, if we're looking at something that looks like this, this isn't as much liquidity, right? We do have a pullback here, but there wasn't a lot that was being built up inside of this area. Does that make sense, guys? So that doesn't give us, this right here doesn't give us the confidence. But if we can see something that looks like this gives us some confidence. Now, again, same thing, right? Market drops down, market starting to move sideways. Awesome. Market starting to build support and resistance, more liquidity. Exactly. This would be a smart money concepts buy, right? Right, Taylor? Would you agree, bro?
I would agree on that.
Nice. Well, this is also a level setup right here. This is the head and shoulder right here, bro. So when you can see the smart money setup, you're also looking at a level setup. It's just the only thing that's difference is our buy is the left shoulder, and I believe their buy would be the imbalance or maybe the order block, right? But it's the same pattern. It's the same market structure that you and I are both looking at, right? Correct. Yes. So now as soon as we can get this breakout to the downside and market comes into my buy area, I'm looking to continue with these buy positions and taking the money all the way up. Now look at this, guys. Look at this. Notice how once we drop down, we cleared this money. There's no more liquidity here. Cleared it. Cleared it. Right now, as soon as we we change character, right? As soon as we change character, another head and shoulders, yes, sir. Right? As soon as we change character, boom. Cleared it. Now, as soon as we keep going higher and we actually break and close above and we actually cross above this liquidity that was being built, you know what happens to those as well? Cleared. All of those are cleared. And yes, Edgar, this right here would be another head and shoulder. Remember how I tell you guys to test trade? Remember that, Edgar? I think you've been with us for a while, right? You remember or heard of a test trade, right? Yeah, right. Now, this is why understanding structure and liquidity is so important, right? Because you can test trade this area right here. Small lot. Test this area out. Test this zone out. What if the market hits your stop loss and then goes your way? Well, you just took a test trade. It's okay. You took a small loss. Test trade recorders, yes. Now look, as soon as the market changes character, this area right here, this trade is in profit. This trade right here is in profit. Give me a 1 if you are with me, Edgar. Give me a 1 if you are with me, guys. As soon as we leave this area and we test traded this zone, this test trade is in profit. But look at what we got here. We have the same exact setup. Do you guys see the other homie? It's his cousin. It's his first cousin. You know when you guys meet up at a barbecue on Thanksgiving and you're like, oh, let's go hit the back real quick. Let's go get an appetite real quick. You feel me? That's cousin right there. That's the same thing. Same structure. Take advantage of the structure. Guys, this right here, confirmation play. Nothing has changed, guys. Nothing has changed. So we can take another setup right here. We can enter with the lot size that fits our trading account. And our second trade is in profit. Edgar, does this stuff seem familiar, bro? The stuff that I'm teaching you guys? We've gone over this topic a few times, right? Yes, sir. Nothing changes, bro. Watch my back as I grab another plate. Taylor, you're funny, bro. But nothing changes, fam. Right? It's the same thing. Guys, take a screenshot. Take a screenshot. Let the chats know that they are missing out right now. Let the chats know they are missing out right now, guys. Trust me. You guys want this on you on deck. You guys want this on you on deck. Trust me. Guys, do you guys have any questions? Now, I will be honest, guys, right? Depending on the time frame you're looking at this, right? A lot of people want to drop down to a lower time frame, down to like to the 5 or the 1. Be careful, because the lower the time frame, you're prone to more losses, right? Because you're looking at structure that's happening like this, and you don't even know that you're part of the liquidity, right? You might even have to take 2 losses to be like, wait, what is going on here? Zoom out, jump on a higher time frame. You're gonna be like, okay, market's building up a little liquidity. Take a step back, wait a little bit, right? So don't be too eager. Like, take your trades, but after 1 or 2 losses, you're like, all right, hold on. Take a step back. What's going on, right? See it from a different perspective. I'm not saying you can't go to a lower time frame. I do that as well. But when I first started, I got clapped. And I was like, bro, what am I doing wrong? The market structure is happening really, really fast. And the psychological side, we get very, very eager and want to answer, right, on anything that looks like a head and shoulder. But we still have to wait for confirmations. We still have to wait for this setup to happen, even if we want it to happen on the 1 minute, right? So if we're looking to enter on the 1 minute, literally right here in this peak specifically, right, inside that little peak, we need to zoom in on that 1 minute and find this exact same setup. Right? On that 1 minute, I'll even make the line super, super tiny, right? On that 1 minute, right inside this little circle, we'll even make the circle smaller. Right inside of there, I need to see this structure. Even if I want to drop down to the 1 minute, guys, I need to see the same structure. Does this make sense, guys? I need to see it. And I need to get the confirmations. Even if I want to drop down on the 1 minute to catch the snippety snipe, right? You still need to see this. And 1 minute structure, 5 minute structure could be fishy. So don't be too aggressive. Don't be too eager. wait for something very, very clear. Wait for something to where you're like, okay, no, I see that. If I take a loss, I'm like, it was everything was clear. I was not guessing, right? Like this right here, that's clear. Now, if you're like, market gave me that, market gave me a tiny little 1 minute training character like that. Bro, don't give me that shit. You know what I mean? Wait for something clear. Does that make sense, guys? Are you guys ready for some examples?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's get it. Let's get it. Head and shoulder patterns, guys. Head and shoulders. Now, the thing is with the yens, guys, let's jump over to trading view. Can you guys see my trading view? No? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So the thing with the yens, they started reversing very, very aggressively. So let's understand why. Like, look at AED-JPY, very aggressive turn. NZD-JPY, very aggressive. That's very, very nasty, right? Very, very nasty movement. Very, very nasty movement on these setups. And a lot of these violated daily and weekly zones. So this right here, I'm thinking this right here is going to be a nasty reversal. This right here is nasty. So we may have some possible swings on our hands. Like, look at this. This is just crazy. This is the craziest head and shoulder I've seen in a while, right? With USD JPY. So I'm talking about head and shoulder. I mean like sell head and shoulders. Because when you're looking for swings, guys, like look at this. High, low, internal structure, internal structure liquidity. Market buys up, we change character. That's the head and shoulder in a nutshell right there. So we have some possible swing opportunities coming soon. Market's down here right now. That's fine. But whenever it makes its way up to this area, I would be looking to start taking some sales. Well, let's see. Why did the market give massive, massive movement like this? Oh, yeah, completely violating all internal liquidity going straight. It's literally, exactly. But why did the market structure drop crazy? Exactly, Shani. Straight down, no type of liquidity being built up. But let's take a look at the Japanese yen. I don't say that dollar, right? Understand where it's at right now. Let's go to the weekly time frame and understand where it's at right now. One, we can see that the yens are the yen dollar, the yen currency is downtrending at the moment, right? Downtrending at the moment, which was having all the yens buying. But look at where the yen is right now. It's in a specific zone in the market, right? A specific zone. Look at how we have a breakout. Now, I'm not sure if this is a red or a green candle, but this right here looks like a for sure massive starting point, right? So this alone is just a massive starting point to sell, right? And then within that, if we drop down to the weekly, this isn't the cleanest, right? But take a look. Notice how we have, this is all moved around. Let me see. Notice how we have liquidity being built up right here. We break and close above that. We change character. Now, again, this isn't the cleanest head and shoulder to see, right? So I'm helping you guys see it. Anytime we see some market structure that looks like it's heading down, and then we break and close above and change character right away, that's a head and shoulder. Not only that, guys, look at this right here. We get some consolidation moving sideways, and then we also get trend line. Now, let's go ahead and drop down the 4 hour or the daily at least. That's all trend line. All trend line. Right? On the weekly, it looks a little cleaner, but it's all trend line. So all this was liquidity. Shoulder, head, change of character. It's inside the shoulder right now. But look at this. We don't really have a lot of liquidity that was being built up here. Like if we were going to continue sells, right? I would have liked consolidations to happen a lot more and maybe even create more on the way up to give us more incentive to sell, if that makes sense, right? It's coming up very, very aggressively, which is fine, but now we just have to wait, right? It can still sell and the yens can still continue to go long, but right now we have to wait because it had this massive movement and it was so aggressive. We have this whole range, this whole red box from the top of this box to the bottom of this box to continue to consolidate and drop. Yeah, it definitely could be. And on the monthly time frame, that would be an inverted, right? It would be the early inverted. We have it right here. Neckline, or I'm sorry, shoulder, neckline, head, change of character. Start looking for some buys. Right, so we just have to wait. This is what this line is right here. Waiting for my alert. Need change of character. Again, guys, when you're on TradingView, alerts right here, so important. Guys, look at this. Any line, that's why you always see lines on my chart. Any line like this one, or even like something that looks like this, you can put alerts on them. Gotta watch those hard time frames. You really do, bro. Like trust me, bro. Like you really do. You can put alerts on these lines. So you can click a line, click the alert, and I like to use once per bar close. The close, because if the market doesn't close above or below, then it's not giving me a change of character. So I shouldn't be looking for buys, right? So I want the once per bar close and the crossing up. And then it creates an alert, right? So that's what this is right here. I have a once per bar close crossing up. So right now we're in a very specific area inside of the yen, right? So we can consolidate. The yen can mess around. We can consolidate. We can continue to go higher. We could literally consolidate in here and mess around, guys, for a while, for a couple of weeks. And then we can get a head and shoulder, and then we're literally dropping, right? Now the same thing. We can have consolidation, drop, and then if we change character, well, we know we want to go higher. Does that make sense? We're in a very specific zone where the market can literally consolidate for another 84 days. This is 84 days of consolidation. So we can do the same thing inside of here, right? So let's just be patient with the yens, and if we'll just trade things that are clear. They have the bracket structure. They have the the change of characters. That's clear stuff, right? Because anything that all the consolidation with the yen will make the yen pairs consolidate as well. So let's just, be careful and stay disciplined on those. But this right here is very specific. So when we look at these yens, let's go back to levels. Let's look at, let's see. Yeah, GBP JPY will refresh. I should have just closed it. GBP JPY. Let's go to higher time frame. Because some of these yen sold off of something, right? Look at where the candle is at right now. So the candle was here, and then all of a sudden the candle's down here. So what did the market sell off of? Put a horizontal line, and let's go look left and investigate. It looks like the market was very, very close to a starting point entry. And it just missed. Our starting point entry would have been right here. Starting point. Now let's go look on the weekly and see if we can actually see some staircase Because look at this is exactly what I'm talking about too, guys. Remember a couple of weeks ago we were breaking down pullbacks, right? A large pullback, BOS. Now within this pullback, let's see if we can dissect some market structure so we can have double confirmation to why the market came back to that area real quick. Right? Let's just take a look. Let's go to the weekly real quick. Let's see levels. Come on, levels. What you got for me, big dog? Oh, for real? That's crazy. All right, weekly starting point. Let's go to a monthly starting point. Sorry. Yes, we are currently expect. Oh my god, I can't even fucking speak. Currently experiencing technical difficulties. All right. So we do have some structure now. Now I'm gonna try to look. I'm gonna use my eyes to see first, and then I can use levels to help me. Right. So I'm seeing break a structure to the upside. Break a structure to the upside. And where do I get my change of character? Right here. Right. I get my change of character right there. We get higher high, higher low, equal highs, a low, higher high, higher low, higher high, massive change of character. Right. So I also have a shoulder right here in this area. Now, I don't think it gets that high, but we also have one, right? And levels is saying that's also a shoulder as well. So let's go back to the right. So we missed that area, and it is what it is. Now let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame or the 1-hour time frame because we want to catch the sell as close to this move as possible, right? So let's go back to the level since the charts are a lot cleaner. What a nasty drop, bro. Like you want to be able to hold positions like this, you look on higher time frames. You look on higher time frames. That is nasty. That is nasty. So on the 4-hour, this is what I'm looking at right here. And guys, anytime you need like any extra like confirmation or like maybe it's hard for you to see, maybe it's easier to see lines that look like this. If it is, just change it. Change your candle chart to the line chart. And then you could start seeing it. You're like, okay, well, where was my last BOS? My last BOS looks like it was right here. So where's my change of character? Should be about right here. Change it back. Boom. Adjust. Does that make sense, guys? So this one, unfortunately, did not come back to the right shoulder. It was a failed right shoulder attempt, but it definitely was. Where's Raj? Raj, are you on this call, bro? Yes, sir. Look at this is your break and retest to the starting point right here.
Yep, I'm on.
This was the violation right here. Right? Market was buying. That was the buying starting point, right? To continue up. And it failed, but look, that was the violation starting point. So if you like taking violations, that was your sell. I usually like just to go to shoulders, so I would have missed that, right? And obviously my 4-hour shoulder is right here. But let's also take a look at a daily time frame because structure can obviously change a little bit. So now let's take a look at this. My high is here and my change of character is here. So am I able to catch this sell opportunity at all? Let's see. Doesn't look like it on the daily either. Let me see. Nope. Yeah, so unfortunately, if you weren't looking at the violation, you probably missed it in this area, right, in this area. Now let's drop down to the lower time frame to see if anything happens inside of here. Like what's going on inside of that thing. So let's drop down. That 1 hour looks pretty nasty. Then if I drop down to the 1 minute, levels is gonna go crazy slow. So you know what? Let's just go to my trading view. Actually, yeah, let's leave that right there. Let's go to the let's go to the 1 minute. How y'all like my new background color? I changed it up. It used to be like a tan or like a cream. Now it's like a white and baby blue. Kind of like it. Kind of like it. What, bro? I paid for the most expensive trading fee. How dare they? That's crazy. I should be able to get data anywhere, bro. Crazy. All right, let's get in here. So I'm looking at the structure right here, and there is an opportunity, but it happens very, very fast, and it's just not as clean, to be honest. It's just not as clean, but it does give you one. We do peak higher. I believe this is equal highs right there, which it is. We peak higher. So in this case, this wouldn't be a break of structure head and shoulder. This would have been a liquidity sweep head and shoulder. We have all this consolidation being built up within this area. Within this area, we get double top. We peak right above that. And then what happens? I mean, it doesn't even give us a clean entry, bro. I was looking at this.
Yeah, would that count as a retest right there?
It would if you're focused on, I mean, let's see. If you're mainly focused on this, yes, but I like, especially on lower time frames, I like to keep it to where if I can find a high point, I'm gonna connect that with a low point, and that's gonna be my change of character. So for me, I wouldn't miss that. But you definitely, if you're looking, if that's how you want to trade on the 1 minute or on the 5 minute, you can. I just feel like that's a little aggressive. I just feel like that's a little aggressive. On the 5 minute though, now on the 1 minute, I'm for sure in here a little tighter because this is the structure. So I treat every time frame different. So this would have been most likely still a liquidity sweep. I don't think that would have been a break structure. And then we change character here. That would have been valid on the 1 minute for sure. On the 5 minute, it's very, very ugly. But on the 1 minute, I can see this playing out for sure. I could see that playing out. It just looks ugly on the 5 minute because it happened so fast. And I can see it too. Especially if you're focused right here. You can see it. We have the breakout. Then the change of character happens right here, obviously. Breakout, and then we come right back to the right shoulder. Right shoulder snipe, or if you like the starting point, your starting point is right here. So if I was on that 1 minute, for sure I would have smacked that one. But on the 5 minute, looking at this, I've just been got too many times on the lower time frame to be like, you know what? I'm taking every single one. And when you take every single one, sometimes your ass gets clapped. So I like to be more cautious. But let's go up to the higher time frame real quick. Back up to the 1 minute or 1 hour. Let's go back to levels. 1 hour time frame. We missed this. Now let's take a look. Let's go back to the 4 hour real quick. Because if you're just trading GJ, guys, like the thing is, people think they need to trade so many pairs to make money. And like, bro, you really don't. If you just stick to like 2 or 3 and just mark up every time it makes a move, you can do something, right?
That's
So
what I was gonna ask you. That's the starting point violation right there.
yes, correct. So I was looking for buys. We changed character, and now we're looking for sells. So look, if you, as soon as we get back inside of here, we're already in sell zone, right? We're in sell zones now, sell territory, I would say, sell territory. So as soon as we get back inside, we're in sell territory. So let's see if we can actually drop down and catch something inside of here. Come on, G. Let's see. Let's go back to the 5 minute. Oh my goodness, where am I? My computer's working on overdrive right now, bro. It's going. All right, you know what? We're just gonna finish the call in here. Ain't no way, bro. Ain't no way. Stop messing with me right now. Got me hot right now. Where are we at again? Oh, we're way up here. All right, we're way up here. So we were looking at cells in this area. All right, so let's go up to the 5 minute and see if we can find something inside of the zone. I could see that 2 levels and trading view on the same call while we're on the Zoom. Definitely slowing it down. Hey, trading view for the win right now, though. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Take a look. Take a look. Let's see. So this one still looks like it was a violation, starting point violation. So look, just by looking at GJ for the past, for this call, really, you can start to see that, you know what, GJ likes to take violation plays, right? This was the starting point. Right, that was a breakout. This right here was a starting point. We did get a little bit of respect, not too much. And as soon as we violate, we come right back to that violation. And look, isn't it crazy? What is this play? Hold on. If we go back out to the 4 hour, bro, get off. What is going on here? If we zoom in right here, this is a violation play. We have BOS. Wait, we can see this whole setup right here. We respected off of a violation of a starting point, right? Right, exactly. Thank you, Shawnee. This is the 4 hour time frame. Now look, we were on the 5 minute, and we can see that it looks like GBP JPY respects starting point violations. So if you're a GJ trader, little tip, right? Little tip. Look at this. This is a starting point.
That might be a nice pair for me to trade, bro, because I always leave those on there whenever I mark my chart up.
There we go. There we go. We break through. Very clean, very clean change of character. I mean, it doesn't get any more cleaner than a massive drop, right? You're not guessing with that. Now your starting point, I like to stay fresh. So I would have missed this play. Once the starting point gets violated, I personally delete and just stay fresh. But look, I would have missed that play, and anybody who keeps their starting points there to use them as an entry to sell would have caught this play. Now look, this box zone, whatever the case, was on the 4 hour time frame. And this setup happened on the 5-minute time frame. So yeah, GJ looks like it respects starting point violations, which is pretty fire. Pretty fire. Let's go back over here real quick. See what a different time frame looks like. Right? Because I don't like to just stick to one time frame. If I can get double confirmation to another time frame, it's even better. Right? So the risk to reward with this one isn't as good, but it still gives me double confirmation. We have the breakout that happened here. We have the change of character that happened here. Now, my starting point, this is still my change of character. Now, my starting point, we still would have missed that barely, but I would have gotten in with my head and shoulder. And for me, that's fine. Honestly, like we're still on the 5-minute time frame. Stop loss above the head. No, that's only 40 pips. Now you're probably thinking like, oh damn, 40 pips. Like, bruh. Try trading NAS, bro. Try trading US 30. Something that looks like this about to be like 150 pips. Look, 1 to 3, smack it. Are you gonna be tripping on 40 pip stop loss when you just got tripled that? No. Anytime the stop loss, like we try to shorten up our stop losses, right? Knowing that our stop loss should be above the high, right? But we see this and we get intimidated. We get scared, right? And we shouldn't get scared, guys. We shouldn't be bothered by a big stop loss. So when we see that, we do something that like this, right? We get intimidated, but don't do that, right? Don't do that. Put your stop loss above the high and use the stop loss the market gave you, right? Use the stop loss that the market gave you. Give the market room to breathe. Again, some pairs, guys, like if I look at GJ right now on Trade Locker, let's take a look at what the spread is. Yes, the market is close, so it may be, a little crazy. Let's see what it is spread on the ends right now. Forex crosses. GBP JPY spread. Yeah, so it's going crazy. The spread is 500. So it's because market is closed. That's fine. But guys, some pairs, some spread for pairs can be in the 15s, in the 20s. So if you're, you know what, the stop loss is 40 pips. I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here. And now your stop loss is 16 pips when the spread is 12 pips. So all you need is 2 ticks higher. What if this stop loss right here, even though that the market didn't hit your stop loss technically, seeing it, but because spread was a little bit larger than your stop loss, you got knocked out. I can honestly say I can improve with including the spread to that matters. It does matter. Do you frequently monitor different time frames after made buy or sell setups? If you are looking for extra confirmations to continue with the trade, then yes, for sure, right? If I'm looking for sell opportunities, I want at least 2 to 3 time frames telling me sell, right? I want the 1 minute to line up with the 5 minute. I want the 5 minutes to line up with the 15 on lower time frames, right? If I'm scalping, I want those things to line up. Now, if I'm intraday, I want the 15 minutes to line up with the 1 minute and the 1 minute to line. The 15 to line up with the 1 hour and the 1 hour to line up in the 4 hour. This gives me good confirmation, right? If I'm swinging, I want the 4 hour to line up with the daily and the daily to line up with the weekly, right? Let me see. Does that make sense, guys? Let's see what else. What else had some nice sells? We'll take a look at one more real quick. Euro JPY, same thing. What did it sell off of? What did it sell off of? Let's look left. Why is it doing that, bro? Let's look left. Wow, Vinny, you really look this far left to find setups? Yes, I do. I zoom way, way out and I look for setups for swings. Now look at this, guys. This was a shoulder. Look at this, guys. Look at how the market is slightly moving sideways and slightly going lower. Trendline traders right there. Now, once the market goes higher and then drops down lower to change character, boom. Shoulder right there. These aren't the cleanest ones to see, but they are head and shoulders. Right? Now look, when I go right, snipe off of that thing. Now let's drop down to the 4-hour time frame to see if we could have caught anything. I believe it would continue to be like GJ, nothing too crazy. Right, nothing too crazy, but nasty, nasty, nasty movement off that shit. So crazy. Let's go back up to the 4-hour real quick. All right, so it looks like, let's delete this. This was my BOS, right? My starting point was right here. Now market never made it back up that high. Why didn't it make it up that high? Well, we had a break of structure right here as well. And the market broke and closed below this starting point. So it retested off the previous starting point, right? So most likely we couldn't catch anything inside of here either with EJ. So let's see if we could have caught in something right here alongside GJ. See if we could have caught something, because that's the same move, right? That's the same move. Pretty similar setups right here. Where am I at? Oh, let's see. Talking about this move here. Oops. That move. That move. Kind of similar. See if I can make it a little. Right. So let's see if we can have caught in something. Let's go up to the 5. See if we can get some confirmation on that thing real quick. And then we'll go ahead and close it down for the night. Bro, was that a starting point sniper? That's crazy. So look at this, guys. Right? We have a lot of consolidation. A lot of consolidation, right? We break up, we get that BOS, and then we change character. Now, once we get this break of structure, we also get a move here. I believe we get 2 moves. So let's mark up. We have the break of structure with the starting point, right? And my change of character. It looks like we get it. Let's see. So, I mean, that honestly is kind of sus. That's not the clearest one, to be real, right? Not the clearest one, to be real, but it still respects the violation, right? But now, let's say, you know what? I would rather wait for something clear, right? Because, you know, there are people who want to wait for something clear. And honestly, I tip my cap off to you, because it's very hard to stay disciplined, right? So let's just say you missed this one because this change of character wasn't good enough for you. And I also tip my cap. You want something that looks clear, something that gives you confirmation, something that doesn't have you guessing at the end of the day, right? Maybe you don't get in on this sell. But look, what do we have here? BOS. Now, most likely, we're on the 5-minute. I'm going to count that as a red candle. So I'm not going to zoom in. Most likely, it's no color. Oh, man. We missed that barely, bro. Barely. Oh, my God. We barely missed that. That is crazy. That is crazy. Well, you don't win them all, though, right? We were able to get one with GJ, not one with EJ. Now, that right there, that's literally a pip, bro. That's probably a pip. That's like a fraction of a pip. That's 2 pips, literally, if that. Let me see.
I have a question, Vinny.
What's up?
How usually you say like the wick that's next to the starting point or whatever. Like when you say like for example, with this example right here, you know how like because this down candle or whatever is still going down, like you have I don't know, it's something that you say about the wicks in here, like for your stop loss or whatever. Is it also the same in reverse? Like so where with this zone would it um could have caught that entry or no? Do you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying, I'm trying to say the words, but I don't think I got the right ones. But you know how like whenever you say like sometimes there's a starting point, right? And say
Okay, so there's a starting point.
yeah, there's a starting point, and then so you'll say like the highest wick, for example, would be like the um stop loss or something to that effect.
Yes.
Would it be the same in reverse for the zone? Like to kind of
Like
wipe
for the sell,
yes.
or I'm sorry, for the buy here, right? So like if you're looking for buys right here, is that
Um
what you mean?
no, I'm trying to see like if there was a way to have caught that without missing that sniper to this.
There was, but it didn't come all the way up to the starting point. If it came a little bit higher, you would have been able to catch that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, other than a break and retest, it's not really as clean.
Mm,
To be honest, in my opinion, it's just not. Uh,
okay.
let's see if I can go up to the 15 because the 15 might be different now, right? We're on the 5.
Okay.
If we go to the 15, it might be a little different, right? That's why I don't like just to stick to one time frame because some time frames can get you got. Now look at this.
That's the one right there.
This
Okay.
this is a lot clearer, right? Same structure. Now we don't catch this initial drop, right? On the 5-minute, we get the violation from this starting point. Market comes back in, we get the initial drop. But look, now my starting point is a little bigger. Now,
What?
for me, I don't mind going up one time frame or two to widen out my zone so I can actually catch the trade. I know some people would rather go from top, go down so their zones can be tighter. For me, once I'm on the 1 minute, those zones are so tight. You're expecting $1 trillion market to respect your little zone you have on the 1 minute. And I'm not saying it can't, but are you asking too much right now? Like, are you that in control that you're the market whisperer? Again, I've seen it be done. But for me, just sliding up your zone just a little bit. At the end of the day, you're dropping literally a lot or two. What I mean by that, like let's just say on the 5-minute, right? On the 5-minute, you usually drop, a 0.20 lot. You drop a 0.20 lot on this setup, right? On the 5-minute. But if you go up to the 15, maybe you widen out. Now you can drop a 0.15 lot instead. All you have to do is just drop a little bit of your lot size, and now you're more comfortable. Does that make sense, guys? This right here is a way better trade, in my opinion. Whether you have your tight stop loss right here above your starting point, that would definitely be your tight stop loss right above your starting point, and your loose stop loss would have been the high. But no one likes to do that. Now, again, that's still only 28 pips. That looks huge, but it's only 28 pips. Right? Now, does that hit a 1 to 3? Yes, all day. Now, again, that's just the 5-minute. We're looking for higher time frames, so we could have attacked these lows. That's a 1 to 5.5. So that's solid. Even if your stop loss is at the high, that's solid. Right? So no matter what, tight stop loss, 1 to 14. If you took the lows, if not, no big deal. 1 to 3 smacked all damn day. All damn day, guys. Does that make sense? Give me one if this is making sense, Bob. Fire call, in my opinion. This was pretty fire. This was something off top, to be real. I usually don't trade the ends, I just mark them up. But it was cool. I like breaking the ends down because their market structure is volatile and it respects. Like if you're beginning And let's not begin like, let's say you're intermediate and you're starting to get better with the basic forex pairs, and you want a little bit, you know, you want a little bit of a challenge before going into NAS and, you know, the indices. Definitely take a look at some yens. Those are more of the toxic forex pairs, and they move a lot, and you know they get people paid. Yes, I will be posting this on the YouTube for sure. I will be posting this on the YouTube, so check it out. Maybe tomorrow, possibly tonight, tomorrow, or Sunday, and I will drop it into the Forex chat. But one last thing before we get out of here, guys. One last thing. Let me see. Let's see. Can you drop the YouTube, bro? If you're down, you mind dropping the YouTube? I'm gonna go ahead and stop the link or stop the recording.